Hey guys, Crumb Taylor here. Welcome to episode 2 of Free to Play with me, where I figure out what to do to try to get a non-member character going. So last time, the goal was to pick a money-making skill and train it to level 30, which I realize now I will have to do, because this is only 28. Now, I recommended that you don't choose smithing, because there's a quest to do that we're going to actually do. I'm going to actually give you instruction about here in a minute. And also rune crafting, because there's a quest to do that. And interestingly enough, rune crafting in free to play isn't very good, strangely, because like if we click on it, I think I should be able to click on it. Yeah, you're basically stopped at body runes as a free-to-play player, so it's not very lucrative to train rune crafting with that. And I was wondering if there was something that I could do that it also involves the quest as well. We'll see. I want to see this, and I'm going to have to get that other one to 30. Also, if you got this to 30, awesome, or whichever skill you chose to do. Woodcutting, it's a little odd. It's good for beginning cash, but other than that, it's not really, because of the fact that other than normal logs and yew logs, willows and oaks aren't very much money. So, yeah. I want to see if this, I did that. I can't believe I did that. Well, I can believe I did that wrong. I want to see if this works. I want to see if I can start Rune Mysteries. Have you any quests for me? Yes. Alright, so if we drop this, I want to know if we can talk to the Duke again. Okay. Oop. Okay, so we do like one. So he will give you multiple talismans. The only problem with this is going to be that you can never complete Rune Mysteries if you do this as a money-making method, which I, of course, am not going to do, because I think, like I said, rune crafting, I may complete it on my own at some point, but it's not really very lucrative as far as free to play would go. So other than that, that's why I suggested fishing and cooking is another good one. What you'd want to do for that is, let's see, alright, so fishing and cooking. So if we want to get fishing up to 40, if you can get it up to 40, that'll get you lobsters, which is pretty good. Alright, so also if you do want to do wood cutting, you train it to 41, you can cut, I forget what, I think it's willows, and also wield the rune wood cutting axe. Just like if I were to train this mining to 41, I could wield the rune pickaxe, which is pretty good. Alright, so other than that, the only other thing you would need to be wary of, is how to make money in free to play. You can start with a bit of money, but you have to kind of be careful too, because of the fact that in free to play you won't really have any skills starting out, so you need to focus on moneymakers that don't really require very much money or very many skills, which, pardon me, of course, you can certainly do that, and I'm going to end up showing you, well, one of them. There are many, many others. So, like, if we go to Drainer Village, an actual very good moneymaker is one we just did, actually. If you completed Romeo and Juliet and Goblin Diplomacy for your 10 quest points, and you got Aggie to make you dies, making dies is actually quite a good moneymaker. The only problem is it's time consuming and again doesn't train a skill. But if you're looking for a bit of money, you can do that. I also wanted to stay away from the Barbarian Village moneymaker for the 10k. I forget what it's called. The Stronghold Security. Don't hurt me, jailer guard guy. Because you can only do that one time. Once you do that once, it's over and you can't do it anymore. So I was trying to think of moneymakers that you could do, focus on, that will you can repeat, such as this here one. Which is go to Morgan's house, which is north of Ned's house. And upstairs he has a cupboard you can search with garlic in it. And you can take as many garlic as you want. It's used for, actually I think it's used in several recipes for members, but as far as free to play goes, it's used in the Vampire Slayer quest. And we can just kind of spam it here. Again, that's only 23 GP each, but the main draw of it is there's no money required and it's quite close to the starting town. I'll pick an inventory of this. And then there's another moneymaker I want to show. Pardon me. That you can also do. That you're going to need a bit of money to start with, though. Also keep in mind too that a lot of the trade restriction as far as like 100 total levels actually not too bad. We're already here at 65. So that's not very too shabby. The only other part of it is actually having to have 24 hours worth of playtime. That's the one that's going to be the biggest roadblock. So just like do the best you can with it. So like here, right, we're going to go over here and just dump these. And I think I'll also put, you can sell that as well. And the onions too you can sell. Alright, so we're going to have to go over to Falador. And then after that, I'll explain what to do. And then I will give you your instructions for next time depending on what you would like to do. Because I realized there are lots of different ways to play RuneScape to have fun, to like what skills do you want to train first or second or third or something else. You know, those are fine. I'm just trying to give you a way so that it's not, so that in the beginning of free to play it's manageable. Because a lot of times with no skills and no dough, it ain't manageable at all here. And that's what it's going to be for a while, and that's okay. Oh, just like me getting attacked by this highwayman here. He's only level 5. But since I'm only level 3.4, he's going to make me have a bad time because I'm not level 11 yet. So he's going to do that because that's what he does. Just kind of have to work around things sometimes. Alright, and so like there's a bunch of other things you could do as well. Even smithing bronze bars is money. Keep that in mind too. Even something as simple as smithing bronze bars is plenty of money. For like just to start out with. It just depends what you can stick with. Actually, it's more depending on the method. It helps as well. It helps that you like the method, but it's also like what can you stick to? What do you like enough to stick to, if even a little bit? Okay, we're just about there. I'll put this spade in the bank. Okay, this moneymaker is going to be buying alcohol from the rising sun. And you should also check, especially with if it has to do with reselling an item. Whoops. You have to make sure okay, I'm gonna have to figure out how to put that in there. Oh no, it's always set placeholders right there. Alright. So you should always check to see which of the alcohol sells for the most. As of this recording, and it could change rapidly, that is the Wizard's Mind Bomb. They have Dwarven Stouts, Wizard's Mind Bomb, and just the Asgardian Ale, which you shouldn't really bother with. Alright, so we talked to Kaylee. And I'm not going to do this for very long because I don't know if I can hack it. What ales are you serving? Alright, so the Mind Bomb is number 2. And then that's it. As soon as you get it, you can just click again. Whoops, I did that wrong. I have to make sure. And then we just keep doing that. I don't think you have to say thanks, Kaylee, at the end. There's just one more click. And like I said, I'm not going to be doing this very long. Which are, they're 3 coins each, and we can sell them for 127 coins each, which is basically whatever 3 into 127 is, like 4,000% profit or something like this. It's pretty good. The only problem is it's mind-numbingly boring. Yeah, like I said, I'm only going to be doing this for one inventory, but if you want to stick with it for longer than that, you are free to, depending on how much money you were able to make with your other products, and so on. Get into the rhythm of it here is somewhat helpful as far as keeping me with it. Alright. So other than that, so continuing, go ahead and use either the ale method or the garlic method or some other method to keep getting gold and so on. Go ahead and do that. And also, let's see, draw us a note. So 2,000, almost 3,000 GP for one inventory of Wizard Mind Bombs. Of course, we actually have to put them in so that they sell for that much, but that's beside the point. So anyway, you can do one of two things on your, or three things on the way to your 100 total levels. So we're going to keep going with that. If you want to train your skill, if you picked mining or woodcutting to 41 from 30, so you can wield rune tools, go ahead and do that. If you want to train crafting, crafting can be a good one too, and very lucrative as far as making jewelry and so on, especially in free to play. You can do that as well. And fishing, I don't think training fishing to 40, if you hadn't already trained it, would be that big of a thing. So let's do something like, if you haven't trained the skill yet, if you train it to 20 and so on, that would be pretty good. Don't worry about fire making, even though I know if you train it with cooking, it will naturally go up, because fire making doesn't make any money, at least not for free players. Barely for members. That's only if you do winter taught, which I haven't done yet, which I should do. Alright, so as far as that goes, you train another skill to between 10 and 20 that you haven't, and or train a skill that you've trained to level 30 up to 41 if you've chosen either mining or woodcutting, so that you can wield runite tools. Also, if you do want to do smithing next, you can do the knight's sword, but I would very, very, very highly suggest that you get some combat levels first, which is what I'm gonna do. The earliest I ever tried to complete this quest and succeeded completing the quest was level 7, and I was not very successful at it. I ended up dying twice, so I'm gonna see what I can do about that, training my melee, because I wanted to make a melee focused character. Also, I don't know if I want to earn enough money to turn this character into a member, that I don't think I want to keep track of membership on more than one account, which is my main bugaboo with that issue. So, but I do want to earn an appreciable amount of gold and try to complete Dragon Slayer. So I need 32 quest points for that. So you can think of that, at least Dragon Slayer, and let's say 3 to 500k or more. I'm open to it being more, but I want to set it between 3 and 500k gold as a good setup for that. So I'll try to put this rundown of skills in the description. Let's do train a level 30 skill to 41, and it's either or, because I know that depending on how things are, train a level 1 non-combat skill to 20 that you haven't already trained, and get some combat stats if you want to do Night Sword, because there's a dangerous part at the end where you have to run around and it's a pain in the backside, and the ice warriors in the cave can easily kill you if you don't have a lot of hit points. So other than that, I know that it can be, I'm also trying to make it so that, not necessarily that I don't play a lot or that I don't play quite a bit, but I also want to make sure that the goals I set for you and for me here are manageable as well. So it's like, oh no, I gotta play this like 5 hours a day or 3 hours a day. I'm thinking maybe, I know that some days I play more than others, especially like for getting, I would say, melee stats. Maybe for the melees it's probably going to be like 10, 20, 15 or base 12s or base 15s. It's going to take a long time for me to do that, because I won't be able to do very much with it, because you're going to miss a lot when you hit stuff in free to play with that. So that's also something to be aware of too. Alright, so yeah, that'll be it for this one. I appreciate you all hanging out. Be sure to like, favorite, subscribe, all that YouTube jazz. Keep on going with your gaming journey and your life journey too, and we will catch you all on the next one. Because I realize I have either a lot of mining to do or a lot of mining and combat to do if I do what I mentioned here. So it's going to be like one of the 3 goals basically. So it's number 1 there, number 2, 3. Which I think will be pretty awesome. But anyway, that'll be it for this one. I'm probably going to end up in a different spot because I got to do some mining and some combat. So, alright, we will catch you all later. See ya.